Good, good afternoon, guys. Hey, guys. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. This is the second interview on Echoes from Africa, and I tell you the sincere truth, it's an honor. The person I have, if I read his achievements, we may not finish from here today. I tell you, he is. I would like to read some of it. I would like to read some of it. His 4 times 200 meter national record holder. Do I go on or am I it is,
We don't
and
need that.
just recently there are more than 10 things here, and just recently he was 2001 Olympic 100-meter finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, 2021, I'm sorry, 2021 Olympic 100-meter finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, Enoch Adegoke. This is I feel like I should give a standing ovation. Enoch, you're welcome.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making out time from your schedule. Thank you for joining us. Very grateful. And just recently, when I think we saw in December, that was last year.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah. Thank you for making out time. I know how busy your schedule may be, and it means so much. It was so easy working with you and having to set this up, and I really appreciate myself, my team, every single one of us. We are grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'll be moving in very quickly. I want to hear a number of things. I am sure a number of people want to hear what Enoch Adegoke has to say on a number of things. I watched some of your races, and we'll get to some of the races. I am one person who personally has witnessed Enoch training. Guys, you need to see Enoch training. It's like the next best thing after sliced bread. Enoch's training is. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. I love having to sit at sports in Ife and witness this guy's training. It is so good. So we'll be moving on. But thank you so much once again. Thank you for making our time join us on this. So very quickly, I'm really interested on how you started. So I just want to jump on this. It's like the first question. If I was just meeting Enoch Adegoke for like the first time or right now, like who is Enoch Adegoke? Who or like as at high school, let's say high school, because I know a number of these things may have started for you from would I say secondary school, which is what we use in Nigeria. So at that early stage, who Enoch Adegoke? Thank you.
I was very much involved in sports while I was from my high school days, and secondly, I was involved in chapel activities. So I think those are the two major things I was actually involved in my high school aside my academics.
Oh, chapel activities. Oh,
Yes.
that means okay. We'll still get to the discussion of faith. So wow, that means this started really early for you as well. So this is cool. So at what point did this whole running thing start? This stuff to become professional athlete for you. At what point did it really become something that you wanted to do? Yeah, big time.
Okay. As I said earlier on, being involved in sports from my primary secondary school days, and on getting to secondary school, I told myself any university I would get admission into, I would try my possible best to join the school team. And I could remember during my pre-degree days, then eventually I got admission into OAU. And I think the first 2 weeks on campus, I was just making inquiries about the school athletics team. Even though I was a bit, uh, I don't want to say scared. I was a bit intimidated, and a lot of things just came up, and I was like, "Will I still join this?" But then I was very much determined, and eventually, I joined the school team. I think So the road to my professional career started when I got to OLY in my 100 level.
100 level. Okay.
Yeah, like when I met my coach and training started and all. So
By the way, I think I want to give a shout out to your coach. Can you please give us his full name?
okay, Ayokunle Odelusi. Ayokunle Odelusi.
Okay, he's an amazing guy. I'm sure if
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's any student in Ife who doesn't know him, because of course as sports you get to see him walking through, and he is an amazing guy. I tell you, he has been really consistent. So a shout out to him, and of course he has done an amazing work on you guys as well. So one thing for sure is I know with how people really grow. I don't know if you people who were already athletes, or if your coach as well to profession to like really doing it. Like you said, it started for you at 100 level. I'm sure at some point there may have been these scores. At some point there were times you may have been considered even whether stopping it. But then I don't know if there was an athlete or there were athletes you had the privilege of meeting who gave you that sport to go on and go far in what you have done.
Um, yeah, when I got to campus, I met a couple of athletes on track, and one of the things that made us stand out was that our coach wasn't always training us to games and national competition. So the set of athletes I met when I was they were athletes which they've had some sort of experiences, and looking at we just it's either you are in or you are out. And yeah, I could remember one of them, Kunle Pasasi. That my ringing. Well, that my ringing bell. Kunle Pasasi was a former national champion as well. Yeah, representing Nigeria as well. So we talked a couple of times, and uh, and one of my, if not the greatest motivator for me, times in which I'm down, is my coach. When I'm talking about athletes that I've met, because he was once an athlete, and apart from the fact that he went and sought for knowledge about being a coach, he knew how we feel, he knew how everything would be. So if he's to give us a first-hand motivation about how to do things, I think he's in the best position to do so. So he's like the greatest motivator for me when it comes to, okay, things are not really going well. Who do I need to talk to? Or I didn't even need to talk to him sometimes before he knew I'm feeling. He might just devise one or two things that, okay, this is what you are going through, and I'll say, yes, definitely, you're right. So, well, I've met a lot of athletes, even senior athletes representing Nigeria, and these ones have motivated me. Seeing their experience to be like, okay, guy, don't give up this and that. But and there are some that I met on track as well that we do talk. And anytime any one of us are down, we talk to each other. Talking of Arolo, Emmanuel, Shekiri, Alaba. Now I have a couple of them like that. But then when I'm talking about someone always close to me as well, I'll actually single my foot out of every other person because he just he's just a psychologist apart from being a coach. So I will pick him out.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Enoch. I have witnessed you guys train, and I know the work that goes into what you guys do, and without a doubt, I know it's not the easiest thing. I um I just want to know on a personal, what's the work ethic like? Because I know beyond the scene, beyond what excited we get about seeing you guys jog and jump around within the tracks. Sometimes we're just excited to see you guys doing your gentle jumps, and it's just like, oh my, see, that's that guy, and all of that. So, but then I know for sure there's so much more that goes into that than just the jumping around. So just give us a brief again into what really goes on behind the scene, the work ethic. I know for sure it's like a daily thing. It's not like, oh, you do it once in a week. I know this is something that even goes as far as even the food you guys eat. So let me just know how that works for you guys on work ethic.
Okay, talking about this, I'll be making points like probably waking up as early as 5 to prepare for your training that comes up 7 o'clock almost every day. Talks about you wanting to sleep early despite the fact that you are a student and you want to probably do assignments, you want to read. Uh, this one of the great sacrifices most of us make is after training every day, sometimes train 2 to 3 hours, and at the end of the day, when you get back home, you want to rest. In fact, sometimes you want to sleep and you might not be able to sleep. And immediately after training, if care is not taken, the rest of the day is as simple as being useless because you might not be able to do anything. Um, Discipline is part of our ethics, and when I mean discipline, I mean discipline. You have to do away with a lot of things. Talking about lifestyle, talking about nutrition, talking about you just, sometimes you might, probably your friends just want to hang out with you and you just be like, guys, I can't do it. They just be like, this guy is proud, this and that, but you know what now, come on.
I can understand.
So, of course, there might be times in which you schedule time to hang out, but then it's not something you can just be doing every time. We have to reduce a lot of things, maybe walking around. And most times, most athletes are always having a mental training outside their physical training. You just see someone, an athlete sitting down, maybe pressing phone or just there on his own. He might not actually be thinking about any other thing. He might be thinking about the next thing to do. What's the next thing to do for him to get better and all. So there are a lot of things that are attached to being an athlete, and you just have to be dedicated. You can't just decide you want to be training just 2 or 3 times in a week and you want to expect improvement. It's not possible. You have to be very
Oh,
consistent with your training sessions, and while in training as well, you have to there is this part of focus. There are some things which we do as habit that looks like an extreme to a lot of people outside there. Meanwhile, if you don't do them, you might not really get the desired result. So, I would another thing I would just say is that most times our sport is more of psychology more than some things people see. It's more psychological than the physical aspect that people see. So, a lot of things are just attached to it, but then let me just limit them to those people.
man, I have so much respect for what you guys do, and like you said, it's a lot of it is psychological, much more than it is physical. So, and that even covers my question on the mindset, kind of mindset that you guys work with. And you mentioned discipline as well. I can relate from entrepreneurship angle. It's something I can relate to as well. The discipline it takes, and it work number of times. Well done, well done, sir. So I know I feel that for me this is like an elephant in the room which I must address. The 20, let's say 2021 Olympics.
Yes, yes,
The, yeah, I tell you the truth. I watched that final race and I didn't because I didn't know how else to react to it. I literally screamed and I kept shouting for people to watch it because it felt like I told them if this guy finished this race, there was no way he wouldn't have come home with a medal. So I was I wanted to know from your own points. How did you feel? How did you feel? You're smiling.
uh,
I can imagine.
I,
How did
you know,
you feel?
thinking about the journey to Olympics, like ruminating about everything now, you know, I was just being grateful to God because it wasn't a smooth one. And at that point, getting to the final, uh, I I knew God already helped me to meet one of my most important goals for the Olympics. I ran 9 seconds and I got to the final. So I was telling myself there was no way. Like I already lifted up every form of pressure from within me. So and lifting up pressure from within me, I knew I was ready to do anything. Running without pressure actually helps us to perform better sometimes. At that point, getting the finals, I was telling myself anything can happen. So I was ready to run at my highest I know I just wanted to beat my previous time, my previous best, and at that point when very close and certain, I was just in the mix. So immediately it all happened. Blank. I didn't even know what to think about again because I was like, wow, 100 meters final. I just told along the line. A lot of things just ran through my mind. I was like, is that all? Like, would that just be the end of the whole Olympic stuff and all? But then, in fact, I was almost crying. I couldn't even cry as I walked across the track. And almost crying. I was almost feeling dejected. But then it dropped in my mind. I should just thank God because irrespective of all that, God is still God, and no man can take his place. So I just thinking about everything. I was blank initially, but then along the line, I was just like, Lord, I thank you for everything you have done, you are doing, and what you still do. And me and my pastor talking about it eventually when we were talking about everything, and it was like, in order for us not to begin to give self appraisal about, okay, I have trained, I have prayed, I have done this, I have done that, I have prepared. In order to it's just better to conclude that the secret things belongs to God. And that was how I just ended everything that well. God understands everything, no matter what happens. It was kind of sad that I couldn't finish the race. Maybe I came back with a medal. You know, give Nigerians a lot of things to think about for so many years. But then that's not the end. I still believe there are many more to come. And
No, thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love your sincerity on that. And I have noticed I will just leave a question or two I have because I feel like you've covered them. So, but then I have noticed consistently, even before, have consistently been unashamed of the faith. Even on this recording, you have said God a number of times. You have mentioned your pastor, and I know for sure personally that you are a worker, not just a passive member. You're also a worker where you fellowship. And what makes you really unashamed of the faith that you have, and you're unashamed of being a Christian? I remember very vividly on your race. In all your races, you get to see God's power is working. God's power is working. And I remember from the Olympic event, I remember this particular one where when they showed Enoch's face, you get to see him. God's power is working. Yes, Enoch unashamed of his faith.
okay, thank you. Uh, I'm from a Christian home. That's number one. And my parents are, they brought us up in a number of ways. But then, getting to university, I gained more knowledge about who God is in particular. And developing more knowledge about and well, in the Bible actually gave us a direction about going ye therefore and make disciples of all nations. God is actually expecting every one of us in all our things, every Christian to take over. So
Yes, sir.
back then in
Yes, sir.
2015, I could remember before I before I eventually decided to go fully into athletics, I was very much confused rather. I was like, am I really sure I wanted to go into this? Because people saying it's possible, be like, this one maybe it doesn't want to be serious expectation, maybe this one is not serious. So I was very much confused. I wanted to be influenced by a lot of those stuff, and I was like, God, do you really want me to go into this? I remember me and my pastor talking then. I told him, he has been my spiritual father right from time, and I was like, sir, to this, I really want to know the mindset. I want to know if God will give me go ahead. Now I prayed about it, and God actually gave me a go ahead. So imagine all those things. If God told me to go ahead, I can't be ashamed of saying God has always been with me right from time. So, and apart from that, I've seen God wrought a lot of wonders. I've seen God did a lot of things, a lot of miracles. I knew a lot of things. I understood a lot of things about the gospel. I don't think uh, having all this knowledge, having all these experiences, both personally and seeing God doing things in the life of other people, I don't think I should even be calling God my father. I don't think I should be ashamed
Yeah.
of identifying myself with God.
Yes, sir.
I don't pray, and I don't ever think there will be a time I will be ashamed of saying that I'm a child of God.
Mm.
Personally, in my career, I've experienced a lot of times which I'll be like, how would this race be? Of course, I'll have trained, but then sometimes I'll just push through. I'll just be like, can I actually do this? And at the end of the day, within me, I knew that it was the power of God that lifted me up. So, looking at all these things, I would definitely be uh, I'll be bold to spread the name of God across. And as I said earlier on, in all our fields, God is expecting every Christian to raise the banner of righteousness across.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think this is just one of the mandates.
God's power is indeed working. Yeah, thank you so much, Enoch. I sincerely appreciate. We have come to the end of the interview, but I must say thank you. Thank you for making it easy. I don't know if it's fine with you if we give a shout out to your pastor. I know you have mentioned him a number of times. Is that fine with you?
Oh, yeah, sure, sure. Pastor Adegoke, the lead pastor of Grace Spring, Grace Spring has been a
Thank
wonderful
you.
pastor to you.
Thank you.
From BSF, the Baptist on campus.
Mm. Thank you very, very much, guys. I must say it has been a humbling experience with Enoch. Enoch has really, really made himself available. Thank you so much. Shout out to the entire team of Roots in Motion, the Echoes from Africa team. What we'll be doing is we'll be putting Enoch, we'll be tagging Enoch in every video where this goes out. So do well to follow him. I think Obani God is on Instagram, but all the same. Thank you so much, Enoch. I really appreciate. Praise, if praise can come and just say hi. Hello. So praise.
Hello.
So I think I saw you OLY once, just once. Everybody who has seen Enoch, everybody who has seen Enoch train knows that this guy is something else. So this is amazing. So on behalf of myself, on behalf of the entire team, thank you so much, Enoch. I believe the best in you. I believe the best for you, and I trust that indeed I've intentionally not asked questions about upcoming events. I've intentionally not asked questions about other upcoming events, but I know and I pray that indeed you shall really, really continue to raise the banner high. You shall really continue to set the standard high, and indeed you shall indeed bring those more, like bring much more medals home and continue to run by revelation. Thank you so much. Keep running by revelation. A big shout out also to your coach. Big shout out to every single thing. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say great if here, but so thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much for the time. We really, really, really appreciate. Thank you. God bless you.
Thanks to you and the team. I really appreciate it and I'm honored.